What is up, people? So, West Ham 1, Spurs 1. Welcome to the fan reaction show. I'm Rez from Shelfside Spurs Show. Joining me is my partner in crime, Nick, also from Shelfside Spurs Show. Nick, an odd result.
Yeah, an odd result. And as we were talking about the other games, Liverpool scored in the 98th minute. So some Klopp time. Yeah, look, it was a strange result. But I think it was a fair result in the end. We know we need to strengthen. There's not long left of the transfer window, 24 hours or so. I don't think it's going to happen, and then we're going to have a massive meltdown. But look, if you'd have said to me at the start of the season, 11 points out of 15, still unbeaten, we would probably all have bitten your hand off for it. So, look, we need to stay with the positives as much as we probably want to go into the negatives. But, yeah.
Are the two, they're not, obviously they're not mutually exclusive, but do you think that they'd be mutually exclusive enough to be able to sort of to be satisfied with the points haul that we've got, but still be dissatisfied with the state of the squad?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I think we were spoilt, let's just say, with the 6 signings early before the South Korea tour. We knew that Conte wanted the 6 signings in. So, yeah, I think we've just kind of ebbed and flowed, and yeah, it's kind of petered out to kind of disappointment, seeing what other clubs have done and the players that they've signed. Newcastle, Chelsea, Liverpool, even, Man United to some degrees. But look, it is what it is. We'll soon know the final situation tomorrow night. But yeah, we can be disappointed with it, as well as having the positive of where we are in terms of the results and everything else. So yeah, I just think that we lacked that with 10 minutes to go today, we lacked that player to come on and change the game. Richarlison had some fits and spurts in there, but he probably didn't have long enough, let's be honest. But yeah, we need something, someone that can create something and have that impact, and sadly I don't think we have it, and it's going to be, like I said at the start of the show, it's going to be a long season with the way that we're playing if we continue to play this way, and if we get injuries as well, it's going to show a real test of character. Hopefully it doesn't unravel, because it could unravel very quickly.
Okay, so let's go to the phones. And if you want to come on and have your say, do join We Are Tottenham TV. Various levels of membership that you can take out. But if you want to come on and talk to us about your thoughts, just take out a subscription, and you'll be sent the link to do so. But first up is Asan. Asan, how you doing, pal?
Hey, how are you guys?
Yeah, good. Did you watch the game?
Unfortunately.
Okay. Yeah. What did you? I'll say what. How'd you feel? But I think it's fairly obvious from your tone, my friend. What did you think?
It's the same stuff that we've seen the last few games. And look, I'm not one to be reactionary, but I've given it 5 games, right? You expect to see some improvement, and the only thing I can say that was different from this game to last game is that instead of being better in the second half, we were better in the first half, and then got worse. So it flipped in that sense, and we weren't even that good in the first half. Did West Ham play well? No. I don't think there's nothing I was thinking, they're playing us off the park. I think Nottingham Forest played better than they did today. But we just created our own problems, man. I mean, that goal we conceded was so pointless. I mean, Lloris is just kicking it out to no one, and then we're just shouting at each other, and no one's marking the players coming in. Sanchez. Every time he touched the ball, I tensed up, because I didn't know if he was gonna, lose it or boot it out or get tackled. Dyer didn't do anything good, didn't really do anything bad. I think the only defender that was half decent was Ben Davies. I think he was all right going forward. I think he linked up with Perisic decently. But other than that, I think the only player who can take out anything, I think, was Kulusevski. Again, he seems to be the only attacker that's sort of clicking. Son's still, I don't know, he's off. Kane, he scored the last couple of games, but he's still not 100%. And if we continue like this, it's going to be a long, long season because when we went into the transfer market, we had so many areas to cover. You know, left centre back, central centre back, left wing back, right wing back, central midfielder, and striker. I can say confidently left wing back and backup striker have been done well. Right? I think Richarlison has been amazing coming on. Ryan Perisic has been great as well. But every other position, I mean, Longley hasn't even got a start, so I don't know about him. But every other position is just, I don't know. It's going to be a long, long, long season.
What's missing, Asan? What is it that, I mean, we've notched up 11 points from 15. Okay,
yeah,
that's not a bad start. But
yeah, on the face of it,
they've not been, in my view, they've not been convincing. What, apart from Southampton, what's been missing in your view? What is it that needs to sort of happen for this team that, on paper, has certainly got some talent in it, to be more, as I say, more convincing? What is missing for you?
Well, a few things. I mean, first of all, Conte likes playing out from the back. Right, he likes that kind of thing, and you slow build up and move into transitions, and then the forwards do their thing. When you have a back line of Sanchez, Dyer, and Ben Davies, and let's be frank, under Pochettino, none of those three started.
Well,
none
Dyer
of those
did.
three started. Dyer
Not
did
in
midfield.
Not in central defence, but in midfield.
midfield.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So none of those three players were playing centre back,
Yeah.
and now suddenly for this title charge, this amazing, we've got them playing every single game. Right, Romero replaces Sanchez, but Sanchez is the one to fill in. Okay, they cannot play from the back. Ben Davies a little bit, but the rest they cannot. With Romero and Longley in, I think it will be a bit nicer because those two can press the ball. Longley definitely can. Romero's also half decent, so I think it'll be a bit better then. But the midfield, it's too. Look, I didn't think Basuma had an amazing game, but it's his first game, so I'm going to give him a pass, right? Because he's still getting used to all that. But it's just too. It's Dyer to Højbjerg, Højbjerg to Emerson, Emerson to Sanchez, Sanchez to Dyer, Dyer to Højbjerg, Højbjerg to Day. It's just a little trapezium at the back, and they just keep passing sideways or backwards. Sanchez maybe made 3 accurate passes forward. Everything else is just sideways, and you're not gonna, especially against a team like West Ham who is so deep and sit back. You need to be quick. You get the ball, has to go out to the midfield to the wingers to. You have to get it moving quickly to cut the space, and we just don't do that. So the midfield, I think, in every game we've either been outnumbered or outworked, or just we don't have the extra creativity that we need.
What do you think Bentancur was a massive miss today? Because it certainly looked that way.
Yeah.
I think if Bentancur plays today, we win that game.
I think last game against Nottingham Forest, Bentancur wasn't amazing, but out of the 4 midfielders we have, Skip, Basuma, Højbjerg, and Bentancur, I think the most progressive of the 2 are Bentancur and Basuma. Those are the most great. Højbjerg does a nice pass every now and then, but he's very tackles, wins the ball, and passes it off. That's his job. Skip, similar. Tackles, wins the ball, passes it off. Right? Basuma and Bentancur are the ones who win the ball and then look forward. Right? There are a few times Basuma had those nice, quick, sharp passes into the front 3. Right? Bentancur, he does that sometimes. He's facing the goal and he just whips the ball behind him and into the front 3 of the right wing back. Those 2 possess that. Now, whether Conte plays those 2 together is a whole different question because he doesn't drop Højbjerg. he doesn't. Maybe he's trying to figure out the partnerships, or maybe he wants Højbjerg with Skip, and it just hasn't come out together. But I think Bentancur would definitely help. But still, for me, that midfield is crying out for someone like Ruben Neves. I think him partnered beside Basuma would be an amazing midfield. If he can play in that double pivot and still, ping passes left and right. But yeah, it's not good, not good.
So let's talk about some of the stuff in the game. The penalty
Right.
shout.
Not a penalty.
It's not a penalty in your view?
No, it hit his head, then his arm.
Okay.
From different angles, it looks like his arm, but when you see the one face on it, head into, it's no penalty,
Okay.
in my opinion.
And Sonny, we've been talking about him for about a month now.
Yeah.
How did he appear to you this game?
Hello?
Oh. Have we frozen or has the sun frozen?
He's frozen.
Oh. Oh dear.
Oh,
We've
dear.
lost the sound.
Okay,
That's
Asan
a shame.
thought that was what Asan thought of Son's performance.
Apparently so. Just deafening silence.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, he's back. He's back. Asan, what did you
Sorry,
think of
connection
Son?
issue.
No problem. What did
That's
you think
all
of
right.
Son?
We know about connection issues.
Yes. Twice we knew.
He just looked off it. Like everything he did is there was one moment I remember he was charging down the right back and the right back kicked it and he just stood in the way. Like he didn't move. Like I remember there were times where Decky would like jump over the ball because he's like predicting it. But he just seemed stuck. Right? The pressure of having to score, of having to perform just seemed like it got to him. And look, we all love Son, right? If you don't, well, fix yourself. But it's clear that it's just not clicking for him at the moment. Kane and Son aren't clicking. Son isn't running onto the balls that Kane's headering. They aren't finding each other. If they do try, it's always a bit off. So I really hope, and it should, against Fulham, that Son doesn't play.
Mm-hmm.
I think regardless he won't play because he's going to rest him for the game against Marseille. But yeah, he once he scores one, it'll be fine.
Yep.
But
Is that,
even today,
in your view, what it is? Is it a confidence issue or is there something else at play?
I think it's confidence. Like he's not taking on as many players as you're used to seeing. He seems a bit timid, safe, right? He seems afraid to lose the ball, right? And I'd much prefer him to start dribbling at players. And if he gets tackled, so be it, right? Unlucky, unfortunately, you go again. Instead of just getting the ball and then passing it back, right? And look, I wanted him to score when we had that really nice thing between Perisic and Kane, but then the header was just too strong. And I guess it kind of sums up where Son is at the moment.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, Son. Thanks very much for your call, pal.
No worries.
Thank you, Asan.
Always a pleasure as usual. Thanks very
Fingers
much.
crossed for better performances.
Fingers
Absolutely,
crossed.
Asan.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Thanks very much, pal. So,
Super chat here
Super
from
chat.
Pep Guardiola is clear of Sir Alex Ferguson.
Okay.
Hashtag facts. West Ham United and VAR cheated. Spurs should have had a penalty and Rice should have been sent off tonight. You're still unbeaten. Unlucky Chelsea. Thumbs up emoji.
There you go. Thank you very much.
There you go. Thank you, Pep Guardiola is clear of Sir Alex Ferguson.
There must be. We need an acronym for that. I think.
Yeah.
PGCAF. Pep Guardiola-
doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't at all.
Doesn't make any sense.
We'll
so
work on it. We'll work on it. So, Sonny, it's a confidence issue in Asan's view. What do you reckon?
confidence, tiredness from pre-season. Could have a bit of an injury. It could be a plethora of things. But he's not the Sonny that we know and love. So yeah, let's see what happens on. Let's see what happens on Saturday. Could be rested because we've got Marseille coming up the following week. But yeah, let's just see what happens. I thought it was probably his best game all season.
Fair enough.
And yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. But
Let's see what our next caller thinks of that. Michael.
he's got his hands in his head.
He's got his head in his hands.
heads, or his head in his hands.
He's got his hands in his heads. That's
Okay.
right. He's got all of his hands inside all of his heads.
Okay. How
That
you doing,
works.
Michael?
How are you, Michael? Good to see you.
Oh, Jesus, guys. Can you hear me? Yeah,
Yes,
No, I
we
wanna-
can hear you.
Yes, we can, and I want to slip my wrists.
yeah, okay. So the best analogy for this game for me is that I felt like watching the Polish national team, exactly the same performance, except that my expectations for the national team are way lower than for Spurs. So you know, just I wrote something in chat in the lobby saying that my English might not be good enough to describe how I feel after this game, but there are plenty of Polish words I could use right now. The only problem is that you wouldn't understand me. So
I actually worked with a Polish guy many years ago, and he taught me some Polish profanities, so I
and
can imagine some of them.
I
going
think
through
we
your
could
head,
probably
yeah.
read between the lines as well, right?
I'm not going to say
Yeah.
them.
No. I'm not saying you can say them, but we could read between the lines. So yeah,
absolutely.
Michael,
Yeah,
give us your
yeah.
thoughts on the game as best as you can, without the Polish profanities.
Or with
Yeah,
the
sure.
Polish profanities, if you like. I don't mind.
No. Trust me, you don't want this. But yeah, just in general, okay. What should I start? Because honestly, I want to rip this team like apart. It's an unknown feeling for me because usually I don't get pissed watching games, but during this particular game I did, just because I don't feel like we did that much wrong defensively. Okay, let me rephrase that. We gifted them a goal. Let's be honest. And it's as simple as that. We, for some fucking unknown reason, we switched off. And like literally when they were taking that foul throw, I said, "Switch on, guys!" Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I was literally like, I said to my girlfriend because she was watching with me. I said they will score from this, and what has happened?
Why
they
did you
scored.
say that, Michael? It's your fault.
Yeah, I know, guys. Sorry, I take it on my chest, but okay, I will start with Conte. First of all, of course I'm not saying that Conte out or whatever, because in this fan base recently, whatever negative you say, you are immediately scrutinized for it. I'm not saying anything like that, but I feel like first of all he should have made subs way earlier, in my opinion. That's first thing. He should have made more than one sub, in my opinion. Because the West Ham put on 4 or 5 players in that game, and we only put on one. Is Doherty that much injured? Is Spence that bad that they? I get that maybe Royale is the best defensively, but we needed fresh legs. Why isn't Lengle playing? Is he that bad or is he that unprepared? Why Skip didn't come on? Why Sessegnon didn't come on for Perisic? We talk a lot about our bench being pretty much only defensive players, but why aren't we using them? Defensive players can get tired too, right? Davies didn't have a great performance. I would even dare to say that he had a bad performance. Dyer, I mean, nothing in particular, average. Sanchez, average. Royal, average. Perisic, in my opinion, it wasn't his best game. The previous performances were much better. The front three, I think that Kane and Kulu did their job. I have nothing against them. When it comes to Sonny, I feel like his off the ball movement and what he did when we were attacking was good. I feel like this performance wasn't as bad as some people make it out to be. But right now he will be the scapegoat, because everyone is on his back saying that he needs to be rested. So I said myself that he needs to be rested for this game. I wanted him to be rested, but he played, and I think that he played well. Well, I mean, not bad, but he will be the scapegoat. But my issue with this team right now is that we aren't we aren't dangerous on our right side at all with Sanchez and Royal. I mean, they aren't bad defensively, but offensively, they just don't exist in my opinion. Like that we cannot expect much from them. On now, our left side is really good in my opinion. Like I'm talking about all three players: Son, Perisic, and Davis. All three of them, they are good. But only our left side works offensively, and Kulusevski alone on the right. That means pretty much for me that most teams will play really defensively on the right side, and I think that's also the reason why Sony isn't doing as great, because it's so cramped there. There is so many bodies there that he cannot use his strengths. So, like throughout this match, I was screaming, like, pass the ball forwards, do something, just do anything. Like, we are passing it around the back like Polish national team. But, the difference is it's fucking Premier League, not the Polish national team, where most players play in Polish league, which is fucking dog shit. That's the main difference. My expectations aren't for players from fucking Lech Poznań or Piast Gliwice, the names that you never heard, guys. My expectations for them isn't to play progressive football, but
So, I mean,
yeah.
is it as simple as that, Michael? Is it as just a case of fixing the right hand side? And the question that then is raised is, if that's as simple as that, why hasn't that right hand side been fixed? I mean, I agree with you that Emerson is awful. Right.
Yeah.
And I think that Kulusevski and Romero are having their resources being split between what they should, their main role, and also covering for him. But is it really as simple as that? Or is there something else missing? Because you can't take away from the fact that we've got 11 points out of 15, but nothing, it's not been, even Southampton at first was a bit the hell. It wasn't fully convincing. Is it just as simple as fixing that right side?
It's hard for me to point to an exact reason why everything isn't working. Because let's be honest, everything on the pitch isn't working as well as it should be, right? We watched this team beat Everton 5-0, Aston Villa 4-0, 3-0 against Arsenal. We watched this team rip other teams apart, right? And it's pretty much the same personnel on the pitch, pretty much compared to that team that was so good in the last season. So it's hard to point to an issue where the personnel hasn't changed, because what can I say? We didn't change anyone in the midfield. Bentancur was missing, but I don't think that Bissouma played bad. He pretty much provided same things as Bentancur does, right? So I just feel like this team needs some freshening up, and I feel like Romero missing is a key component. I know that it may sound trivial that it's just one player that is destroying our team. I mean, destroying in the sense that the team isn't working just because of his lack of presence, but I feel like what he gives us is the ability to find a creative pass out of the back, which none of the other three center backs from today's game have, or they rarely do that. There were plenty of balls from Dyer or even Sanchez towards the forward line, which were way overshot, and nobody could reach them. Whereas with Romero, I feel like he has that part of the game in control. I would say so. Of course, the right side isn't the only issue, but it's the first thing that I notice that is the problem. That's the easiest thing to point out for me. But there is plenty of other issues. Certain players, in my opinion, aren't in form, or maybe because of Davis and Dyer and their performances last season, we got fooled a bit, and I feel like where they were playing way over their level in the previous season, right now they are playing
At their level.
at their level, basically. Yeah.
Okay.
And there is plenty of issues I could also point out. I feel the obvious one, we should have fixed that defense in the transfer window, but unfortunately it's 24 hours left and I don't see anything happening. unless we bring Dan James. But how the fuck is that going to help us? So, yeah, as I said, I have issues with many things. I have issue with Conte in this game because I feel like he should have changed something, in my opinion. Because like we were getting run down since the second half started, and it smelled like we are going to concede. Right? You could just feel it, and he didn't change anything. Then we conceded, and still he didn't change anything. I feel like he should have brought some fresh legs into the squad, and maybe he should have even considered changing something tactically, like taking Kulusevski on and bringing Skip on, so that we could swap to a three in the middle. I don't know if that could help because I'm not a coach. I'm not a tactician, but I feel like there is something that has to be done about those performances. But it's hard to point to a certain
Michael,
thing. Sorry, guys, I went on a monologue.
No, it's fine, mate. Michael, look,
right.
it's absolutely fine. For me, look, this time last season we lost to West Ham away, we lost to Chelsea, we lost to Southampton, and we lost to Wolves. So look, we are in a better position than we were last season in terms of results versus this team. The games are going to come thick and fast. So I would say it is what it is for tonight. Go and spend some time with your girlfriend and go and enjoy yourself.
Don't use too many Polish swear words while you do so.
All right.
Yeah.
Unless she likes it. I mean, I don't know her, so maybe she enjoys that, so it's a good thing. But yeah, thank you very much, Michael.
Thanks, Michael.
You for joining us.
Thanks for coming on.
And speak to you again soon.
Thanks,
Take
guys,
care,
for
pal.
listening.
Cheers,
Thanks
sir.
very much.
Yeah.
So, the right-hand side, better defenders. What do you reckon?
Yeah, look, I think so. Look, there's a super chat from the Assassinator. Longley, Bentancur, Spence, Rishi, Romero in, Davis, Højbjerg, Emerson, Son, Sanchez out, in his opinion.
Replaced by who? I mean, you can't get rid of those five and then not have anyone else.
No. So the first five in, and then Davis, Højbjerg. So Longley for Davis, Bentancur for Højbjerg, Spence for Emerson, Richarlison for Son, and Romero for Sanchez.
We need more, though. That still leaves
absolutely, but
the squad very thin.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Look, I think it's easier to pinpoint Emerson as a scapegoat, Davis as a scapegoat, and Højbjerg as a scapegoat. But I think actually those three were probably three of our better players tonight, in all honesty.
Well, moving on to Ola, it's
the Joracle.
the man that I like to call the Iceman.
The Iceman. He looks very serious, doesn't he?
He does. He's
going to
It's
impart
the
some
glass.
knowledge.
Yeah, likewise, guys. A great show. I'm all right. Not super happy with the result for sure.
Did you
but
watch?
Mostly, say again.
Did you watch?
Yes, I did. I did manage to see this one and watched it from the beginning. And I thought actually I thought it was kind of boring and pedestrian the first half, but it was a plan that was going to be successful. I just thought it was a question of being patient with it. We were going fairly, we were going long at the back mostly, and it was paying off. We got chances. We were actually a little bit sloppy with the chances, I thought. And then the second half kicked in, and I have to say I'm becoming more and more convinced that Conte almost sabotaged that second half, because he's not happy about the end of the transfer. He's said as much, and he wants the players in, and he's proving his point. I really feel like Conte is Mourinho-esque in this manner as well, and it's not beyond him to basically set up in a way that he should know. I mean, it was freaking obvious, that we shouldn't be playing out at the back when they're pressing this hard and so on. And
is that likely to have any effect on Daniel Levy, though? I mean, my impression of Daniel Levy over the last 22 years is that he knows sod all about football anyway. So, I mean, how do you prove it to someone who just doesn't know enough about football?
Well, I think that's Peritici's job, really. I think, and Peritici has been able to do it. I think now Conte can go and have an absolute fit back at the club, which I'm sure he is having, and shout and scream and threaten to leave and all of that without coming out with it. But I think he's not happy, and I mean he's said as much. I know that he doesn't want to. I mean, there's still time to react, and as far as I know, we're trying to work on two signings at least, and who knows, maybe something else. But I really feel like the whole playing out at the back was. I mean, I don't believe that Conte is that naive and that blind that he thinks that was a viable plan. It was obvious within 10 minutes that was a terrible plan, and he could have switched back easily without any substitutions. Really, just shouted in the instructions to go long again, and we would be playing similar to the first half. And with patience, we would have scored another goal, I'm sure. And we would have kept, like, the first half. I was never really worried, even though they got through a couple of times. The defensive structure was that solid that I didn't feel like we were risking anything. It was as soon as we started playing out at the back, our huge weaknesses came to light, and our lack of leadership and spursiness from our senior players, which was revealed there. And I've had this gripe with Lloris before, and Sanchez has so many times had to bear the brunt of it, because when Lloris gets pressed, or not even pressed, but just as soon as they look at him, he passes it out to Sanchez, which also, and the question then becomes, why is Dyer not available for the pass? Because Dyer hides away. Like, these two guys have been using Sanchez for a scapegoat for way too long. I'm not saying Sanchez is great on the ball. We know he's not great on the ball. Sanchez knows he's not great on the ball. And Hugo Lloris and Dyer should do everything in their power to make sure that he doesn't have to play the ball in a very pressed situation. And it wasn't even Sanchez that was directly at fault here, but you saw that Mo come back into our game, and like Hugo Lloris's passing out was absolutely horrific to watch. Like, I do not want Hugo to start another game if we're supposed to pass out. I want Foster rather than Hugo. I do not want to see this.
Did it look to you like that right side was being targeted, or certainly the sort of defensive side of the right was where West Ham were trying to make as much hay with Emerson and Sanchez, and also Lloris as well?
They kind of cornered off Davis and Paraches, basically. Kind of blocked them off for the pass. Then it had to go really to Sanchez, because Dyer doesn't move enough to make him available. And I can tell you, I know, Rex, you're not no fan of Emerson, but I can promise you this: Sanchez's recent success is very much down to the extra cover that he has with Emerson as well. Even though I'm very happy with Sanchez's newfound success, and I give him full credit for that. But Emerson, and I know in due time, Rex, you will see this. Emerson is one of our best defenders. Apart from Romero, Emerson, on average, is our best defender.
It's a pretty big call. That's a pretty big call.
Yeah.
But
he has
what in your view,
with
Jerry,
the forward stuff.
The thing that I did want to ask, what's missing? What is needed? I mean, are we talking? Look, a lot of people are talking about the thing that you hear is, oh, you can't fix everything in one transfer window. Yeah, absolutely, we agree. But I mean, could more have been done in this transfer window? And could more still be done? Is there stuff that will take us from being, we've clocked up 11 points, but actually getting really convincing wins, actually going out there and saying, Spurs played well, the other side didn't really have much of a chance. What's missing for that?
So what we're missing is definitely we're missing that cam to be able to comfortably change the formation and react to this kind of tactical situation that we were in. I think if we went 3 in the midfield there with a Cam, it would have been actually an opportunity for us. But I think our main, by far, our biggest problem is okay. We have Hugo Lloris, who is a world-class shot stopper, but that's where it ends. He's not a great captain. I'm sorry, not in my view. He's not enough of a leader for my taste for that defense, and they really need a leader. But if we're sticking with Hugo Lloris, it's imperative that we get ball playing centre backs, really good on the ball centre backs, because Hugo Lloris can manage that short pass to his centre backs, and then we can at least just start. And we do it with Dyer, and it's fine. But once the press is on, really hard press, and good teams like West Ham are pressing, we need the whole back line to be of high quality on the ball, So it's not enough just having Romero with that quality, So that's really, I think, by far our most pressing issue is that we need close to world class center back that ideally could cover both sides as well, but at least then maybe cover the left side as well, because I'm fairly happy with Romero and Sanchez as a back off on the right side. We do need that winger on the right as well, but I think there's options there. I mean, I don't think we can also use that as a trap. If you guys rightly say we're looking by far the best on the left. I think we're looking the most complete on the left, but that can also make some opportunities both going through the middle and on the right. So that means that we maybe know that the defensive where the defensive priority is going to go. That's going to go to the left. So I think for me it's definitely the centre back, really really important. But I do think both the right wing back and the Cam, maybe centre back first and then Cam and then maybe right wing back.
So in terms of the left and looking going from defence to attack, Sonny, for 5 games I think it's fair to say he's not been his effervescent self.
No, and I was one of the first, I think, to be really vocal about it, and I sure did get some love about that. But I absolutely love Sonny, and I said it last time. I said it a couple of times now. In my view, when Sonny is clicking and he's playing his top game, Sonny is the best winger in the world. That's my opinion. And I don't think tonight I was happy. I was pretty happy with Sonny. I think that was his best game of the season. I think he was unlucky. I think Kane was actually too greedy twice, but really once where he absolutely did Sonny a nasty. Yeah, for sure. Like that was way too greedy of Kane. But this happens in the moment and stuff, and you can. Kane is of course weighing also just the clear risk of a extra touch compared to his shot. So, but still, I do fear a little bit that they're getting too competitive with the goals. That they might be holding back on the service, but I refuse to believe that. But it is a fear of mine for sure. But I do think Sonny showed a lot of really good movement off the ball tonight, and his touch was much better tonight. His first touch, which has been off, which is usually what's off when like that's really what hurts its game the most. It's way too heavy, and that's usually when he's tired. So I was saying the last call in, rest Sonny. Start Richie and rest Sonny, and then bring Sonny in as a super sub, and we'll have a lot of joy, I think. But I think Sonny is at least heading in the right direction to what I saw tonight. It was good to see Bissouma start as well, but you clearly saw why Conte has been reserved for using him because Basuma is quite immature. You know, he needs a lot of parenting. You know, he's very, very, very technically good and so on, but his head is not like you could see it with the yellow card and stuff, and Kane actually wasn't happy with it and stuff like that. But also just some of the risk he took were unnecessary and something that you shouldn't be doing really, especially not with a team like West Ham. But I think in terms of actually to be honest, I would say apart from Diane and Lloris, I was more happy with our senior or veteran players of the club tonight than
The youngest. Yeah.
basically since Southampton.
That's great.
Richie looked amazing once again. He was absolute, like his not even touch, because he didn't touch the ball, he let it pass through, but his first engagement with the ball was amazing and created a really, really big opportunity that deserved a goal. But that's how it goes sometimes.
Brilliant. Some great
Yeah.
points there, Jory. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for coming on, pal.
Thank you.
and
Great show, guys. You're doing a great job.
Thank you, Yori.
Appreciate
I
it,
really
pal.
appreciate it, mate. Thank you for your comments.
Hopefully see you soon.
Speaking sense.
Take care, guys.
Take
Bye.
care,
Cheers,
pal.
mate. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So, yeah, some interesting points there.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Are you going to be convinced that Emerson is our best defender after Romero? How much convincing will it take?
I mean, I wouldn't say he's our best. I'd say maybe after Perisic and Davis and maybe Dyer.
Okay. Okay. Listen, I'm open-minded. If he can convince me that he is the best defender after Romero, I would be overjoyed to be convinced in that fashion.
Yeah,
Because
100%.
who wouldn't want a defender like that? Time will tell, I think. So we're going on to it. It looks like Simthe, but I think it could be Smith.
It's actually Simthe.
Simthe.
Okay, there you
Yeah.
go.
Yes, sir.
Good to see you. First time for you? Certainly first
No,
time with
this
me and Nick.
is probably the fourth time now.
Wow, fantastic.
Yeah.
But still
Third time in a row,
relatively new.
pretty much. Yeah.
Well, good to have you here. Good to have you here. Did you watch the match?
Yeah, I did.
Give us your pot analysis.
Yeah, I'd like to first start with Conte's starting lineup. I think he was supposed to start Richarlison for this game. Son was supposed to just have come on second half for me. But yeah, maybe he's trying to get his confidence up. I don't know what's happening with Conte, trying to force Son to play every game. I don't know. We really had to have Richarlison coming in. But yeah, we had it was an okay game. First half was okay. We were patient about it. I was not happy with Besuma's defensive work, especially for the goal that Souček scored, because you're supposed to be marking Souček for that goal. Deki was a bit offish, but yeah, sometimes you have to have those off games. But yeah, man, I think the problem was from the get-go, from the starting lineup, when Conte didn't play Richarlison from the get-go. We know that he had to do the forced change with Besuma for Bentancur, because Bentancur with the concussion and stuff. But yeah, hopefully we can change it against Fulham. Yeah, because I'd like to probably first, I know people won't be happy about this. Probably Lloris has to sit down against Fulham, because he's the reason why we conceded the first goal.
Yeah.
I don't know why he wants to play short passes, but then we don't have our midfielders are hiding. Dyer is hiding. Ben Davies is hiding. He keeps on passing the ball to Sanchez, who is the worst guy you can pass the ball to in those positions. But yeah, I think Foster needs to play against Fulham. Romero hopefully is ready to play, and Sanchez bench. And yeah, hopefully Skip and Bentancur are back, because I'd like to play maybe 3 in midfield and Son and Kane as the strikers, Deki and Richarlison on the bench for Fulham, because this 2, if Bentancur is not in the 2, we don't have that confident midfielder who's able to control the game for us, because Besuma tried, but his passes were on and off. He was not consistent with his passes.
Okay. We've got 24 hours till the transfer deadline. What needs doing in your view?
Trying to think now, because I can see that we're linked with wingers to replace Brian Hill. We need someone who's able to play in the midfield as a winger. Also, I'd prefer, because I can see that Real Madrid are willing to sell Asensio, and
Yep.
he can play as a 10. He can play as on either side as a winger. I could take him maybe for like a loan or so, just to test him out for one season and see what happens, because at least he's got the creative spark that could break defenses like West Ham's, like the defenses that sit back and stuff. I think that's, yeah, and maybe a backup for a proper number 9 for Kane. That's what I'd also like, because centre back wise, there's not much in the market maybe to have as a backup for for Dyer. I could stick with Jaffet for now until January and see what happens.
Okay. Sonny, how did he play in your view? How was he this thing? Everyone's been talking about him. It seems to have been the topic of conversation amongst Spurs fans, or the topic of argument amongst Spurs fans. How did he play in your view today? Was he better? Was he back to what you can expect of him, or is there still something not quite right there?
Something is not quite right. I think he's lacking confidence, especially when he was almost one-on-one with Fabianski. Then he overheads the ball. I'm like, how? The proper confident Swanee probably chests that ball or controls it better, then he scores a goal. I don't know. Maybe it's confident issues. I don't know what's happening with Swanee currently. I think he needs to sit on the bench for a while, but I can't bench him against Fulham, because even Richarlison and Deki, maybe Deki, it's fatigueness. Richarlison, his antics are worrying me sometimes. It's like he likes to be involved in a brawl, which would get him a red card anytime soon. It's like Romero. You never know what to expect. And you can't have Romero and Richarlison in the same field, because anything can happen in there. A red card could just pop out. That's what I'm worried about Richarlison. Besides his quality, yes, but then his antics is what worries me.
Mm-hmm. That's fair enough. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about, Simthe? We just lost 3 points that were unnecessary, guys, to be honest. These were easy 3 points because we had the game in the bag. Patience was just to keep on rolling the game. We didn't need to score the second goal, as much as security and stuff. Then we saw that, okay, West Ham were threatening. The moment they start threatening us, we could threaten them because they're going to play higher. Then we're going to be able to hit them with the counter. But I don't know why Lloris wanted to play short balls, why he could have just kicked long all the time and just let us win the second balls. If we have to win the second balls, we win the first ball. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully Conte, I don't know. Maybe Conte has something off his sleeve. We can't be wasting, points, because now Arsenal is just winning. Arsenal is just running away, and we can't let Arsenal be too far away from us. Well, don't get too downhearted. Remember, they were 6 points clear of us last season, and look what happened then.
But they're a better squad now. That's what I'm worried about. They're a better squad.
I'm only joking.
They look a bit complete, because look at how they're playing, and look at how everything has come together for them. We're still trying to put the puzzles together, and the most concerning part is we've got Champions League next week. Now, Besuma, who struggled to play against West Ham, how will he survive against the team? But me also, because it makes our squad look a bit thinnish, because I don't know why Conte was not able to put Skip in for Besuma second half, maybe take out Sanchez and move Dyer at the right center back and play Langley in the middle, just to make sure that we have center backs who are able to play with the ball. Maybe, I don't know, is it trust issues? I don't know what's happening. It's like he's going back to the bench that he had last season. Now he looks at the bench, it's like he has no options.
Okay. Thank you for your call, Simthe. That was some good points in there. And yeah, hopefully speak to you soon. Thanks very much.
Thank you, guys.
Take care.
Vinny, can you just check the message I've sent you?
Sorry about that. Yeah. So, Lloris dropped for Forster?
No, it's not going to happen, is it?
No?
Look, I just think it's what we know, right? We know about his distribution, and unfortunately, it's again been highlighted because it's led to a goal. It's not something that we've just seen tonight. Unfortunately, we just need to, we just need to make sure that we don't have a repeat of it. I mean, I was looking at Lloris, and where you saw me, I couldn't watch. It got to that point today, and that's been a while where the ball's got to him, and I've literally just had to put my hands in my heads or my heads in my hands. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Combine hands and heads. So we've got someone in the wilds of East London, in the wilderness that is
in
West
Bandit
Ham.
Country, is it?
Bandit country, I think so. On the map it says "Here be dragons."
Okay.
It's Ryan on tour. How are you, Ryan?
Back home.
So
you're
not-
safe. You're safe. Ryan is
I'm alive,
safe
guys, it's
from
fine.
West Ham Bandits.
Yes, absolutely. You've
down,
traversed
straight in there.
it. You've traversed the wastelands and returned to the safety of home and hearth.
Yeah. First of all,
Excellent.
the stadium is an absolute shithole. You're so far away, but that's besides the point. I am basically... that is the worst performance we have had under Conte in 6 or 7 months. I am sick to death of crap players coming through. Emerson is shit. Sanchez is shit. Dyer is shit. They need to fuck off. It's as simple as that. Lloris, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Okay? He can't play out from the back. It's as simple as that. We just have to deal with it. It's just one of them things. Okay? Everyone, barring Kulusevski and Perisic tonight, were shit. Simple as that. Conte sent a message to Daniel Levy that he is not happy with the squad. He is not happy with the transfer dealing because he would not have done one substitution. He would not have just brought on Richarlison, who again changed the game. Done more in 30 seconds when he done the dummy and nutmegged one of the West Ham defenders, and Son had done 4. Now I'm getting sick to death of it. The fact that we're somehow not allowed to criticise the great Heung-min Son because it might affect sales from South Korea is just complete and utter crap. Okay, he's out of him on the bench, and it might kick a fire up his arse to actually get back. Simple as that. Conte, the only thing I will say about it is the fact he didn't start Richarlison, or the fact that he didn't bring Richarlison on sooner. He didn't do anything to try and save the game from getting out of our hands. Look, we were dog shit, absolute crap. We didn't even. West Ham were thoroughly better than us. We were outplayed, and a point gained and 2 dropped because you want to win at West Ham. We should be beating West Ham. End of story. But the performance was just so bad. You take a point and you move.
Well, I don't know about you, Rez, but I think Ryan didn't really tell us how he really felt.
Listen, we can pass
I'll save
it
that for
over
when the window
time.
shuts tomorrow and you'll hear that.
Yeah.
Oh, my word.
No. I mean, look.
Oh, my word. It's going to be explosive, Ryan. More explosive.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
There's little that we can. There's little
as
we can
I said,
ask
we need
you
a
though.
creative midfielder. Kane non-existent because he doesn't know what to do because our wing backs are so shit at creating. Okay, we've got absolute no creativity that Kane has to drop so deep that lo and behold at 1-1 with about 10 minutes to go when Perisic puts the ball across the 6-yard box, where's Harry Kane?
There's no one there.
On the edge of the box because that's to spray the ball to Perisic. Okay, we need another forward, we need a creative midfielder, we need a left centre back, and we need a right wing back that Conte wants. Okay, we're not going to get all of them in tomorrow. Okay, but by God, we need to fucking try at least get 1 or 2 in. And Dan James is not the fucking answer.
Okay. To be honest, there's not much else I can ask. Oh, he's gone.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, he's back.
He's back.
There
It
he
cut
is.
out Wi-Fi. What can you say?
Yeah. To be honest, there's not a huge amount that we can ask you with regard to all that, because I mean, you've summed it up in a lot of ways. I mean, I can't ask you what's missing because you've told us. You've told us about Sonny ultimately. Expand more, Ryan. I mean, where? Look, is this a long-term process? I don't believe that we could have fixed everything in this transfer window. I don't think anyone did. I don't think anyone turned around and said we could. But
The thing about this whole
how well have we done, in your view?
extent, and look, we got 3 players that Conte wanted. How we can tell that? 3 of them played today.
Mm-hmm.
We had a right wing back that the club bought. Nowhere to be seen. We had a left centre back that the club loaned. Nowhere to be seen. The backup goalkeeper is backup goalkeeper, and a left wing back who's going to be Perisic's understudy because Ryan Sessegnon isn't good enough, has been loaned back for the year. Whether he's going to be any good, we don't know. It's as simple as that. Look, if Conte was truly backed, it would have been a great window. We've done okay because we've got 3 positions. We've added to the depth of the squad, but we are a million miles away. And at the moment, I still think we'll get top 4, if I'm being honest. Like, I overreacted yesterday saying, oh, yeah, we're probably going to finish 8th. I think we'll get 4th. Right now, I think we'll get 4th ahead of Chelsea. Arsenal are way... At this present moment in time, we'll 100% finish above us come the end of the season. Unless we act tomorrow seriously and just put the money on the table that the clubs are asking for. The thing that's frustrated so many fans, especially the ones that are against the ownership here, like myself, we've heard it's been the same excuses again coming out. Oh, we can only loan players. We don't have the money. We need to sell to buy. In this instance, sell to buy because the squad's too bloated. We get that. But sometimes you just put the going rate for a player. It's as simple as that. And yet again, we have failed to do that. We needed a left centre back in. Bastoni, we never put an official bid in for him. It was just talks, but he wanted to stay. There was no backup option for Bastoni for a loan, the cheaper option, not exploring the option to go maybe for a Pau Torres or a Gavadio who's on his way to Chelsea right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the real frustration lies, okay? Overall, the window's been bang average, 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
And he's lucky for that 5. The fact that Rich... I'm right. 5.
Yeah. Some great points there, Ryan. Appreciate your time, mate. Thank you very much for coming on, and we'll speak to you soon.
Thank you.
Take care, pal.
Yep.
Thanks a lot.
See ya.
Right, Ryan's going into meltdown tomorrow.
Well, I mean, nothing he said is really invalid.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that it was. I'm
I'm
just
not
saying
saying that you're saying it was. I'm just saying
I'm worried. I am worried for tomorrow at 11:01 for explosion.
But to be
from
fair,
the frustration.
it is. Would that be a fair assessment that he's made? I mean, are we wrong to sort of label this transfer window? Would it be wrong to label this transfer window a screaming success? Or would it be wrong to label it as a total failure? Would it be wrong to label it as somewhere in between? That's the key question here is are we acting like the Chelseas, like the Man Cities, like the Liverpools? Should we be expected to do?
Are we acting as a big club?
Yeah.
No.
No.
That's as simple as you can. The question is, are we acting as a big club? And the answer is no. And that is really all. We all know what the situation is and around that. There's nothing more really we can say. We have an opportunity. Again, we let it slip us by. Another transfer window, 44, 45, however many it is and counting. And it's not going to change in January, And like I said, that's what I said earlier, is it could unravel very quickly, because it would mean Conte goes, Kane doesn't sign his new contract, he lets his deal run down, and it could lead to where we were again, you know, what we needed to do, we haven't done. And
we've done it. We've not done it again.
We've not done it again. It's you know, unfortunately, it's happened again. It's happened again. Tottenham Hotspur, it's happened again.
Yeah. Talking of happening again, we've got KVP on again.
KVP or KPV?
KPV.
And he's live.
Is he?
Yes.
Are you live?
Why? Yeah. I thought that Kulusevski's... I'll put my teeth back in.
Yeah.
I thought the Kulusevski shirt was lucky, Kyle.
Yeah, what happened?
I was told that you weren't wearing your Conte shirt because your Kulusevski shirt was lucky, like Brian Daigle's lucky We Are Tottenham TV shirt.
The chicken wing shirt.
The chicken wing shirt.
Yeah. He hasn't washed that yet, apparently.
I haven't washed that Conte shirt, so yeah, that's not going to be washed. Like Brian Daigle's shirt, that's not going to be washed, and this ain't going to be washed. But I'm still unbeaten in both of the shirts, so that's brilliant. I'm still unbeaten. Yeah.
Did you watch the game, Kyle?
Yeah, I did, and I have to say we were, like West Ham fan said, we were lucky. Like, I don't give a fuck if we were lucky. We're still unbeaten. That's brilliant. Yeah, we're invincible. Those lot, they lost pretty much 3 and just won 1 and now drawn 1. So, do 1. We're still unbeaten. They're only unbeaten 2 times, but we've still got more points than them. So, them lot can do 1. And, yeah, we should have won and we should have had a penalty. How is that not a penalty?
Well, in the rules of the land of the
rules of the game.
The rules of the game. The rules of the game. The rules of the land.
They're in other lands as well.
In other lands as well. Yeah, the rules of the game, Carl. Apparently, it's not a penalty if it comes off another part of the body. However, I think you'll be hard pressed to argue with a lot of fans that are saying that was, you know, VAR. I think the other thing is as well, right? The 4.5 minutes didn't help. It should be VAR should be there is there to help with clear and obvious errors. I'm not sure that was clear and obvious.
No.
However, that is my opinion. Others will say that they
should put a time limit. If you can't make a decision on VAR within 30 seconds or a minute, it stands. The initial decision stands. That's the way it should be.
Yeah. But hey, look, I don't think we did. I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't think we did enough to warrant winning that game.
What do you think, Carl? Do you think we should have? Do you think we could have won? Do you think we should have won? Do you think we deserve to win, or is a draw a fair result?
I think we should have won the game. We had some chances, and Son missed an opportunity to smash it in, but he just hit it wide. Like, yeah, the goals will come from him because he is brilliant, let's be honest. People are saying, oh, please sell him. Like, what planet do you live on? He ain't going nowhere. He signed a new contract a couple of months ago, and now people are slaying him, wanting to go. What planet do you live on?
How serious is that, though? I mean, the people that say we should sell him, I mean, there can't be that many of them, surely.
Nah. Why do people want him to go when he just signed a new contract a couple of months ago? Like, he ain't going to go, let's be honest. Real Madrid, Barcelona, no chance. He wants to stay, and he's Tottenham through and through, and there's no way we're selling him. No chance. He wants to stay and retire. That's what he would say, and that's what he will say, because he wants to stay at the club for forever, and that's what he wants. We're not going to sell him. If anyone says he should go, then you don't know who he is. Like, I've watched him for many years, and he scored some worldies. Like the goal against Arsenal in the North London derby, we won 2-0. Goalkeeper ain't going to save that. he's brilliant, but he will come good. We've got Fulham at home, and then we got Champions League nights on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. You looking
Yep.
forward to those?
Yep, I'm definitely going to the game on Wednesday, and because he scored the first Champions League goal there and the first Premier League goal there, so he's got more goals there than probably Kane has. But Kane's got a lot, but Sonny's got more goals there, so hopefully he can score again because he always scores at home. So hopefully he can score. But yeah, we probably should have won the game, but I'll take a point. Another London derby point. But yeah, Fulham and Marseille and then Man City. So it's going to be tough, but Man City is going to be a tough game to play in. We took points off them last season and
All
we
6?
we took 6. We won 1-0 at home to start and then we won 3-2 and Kulusevski actually opened the scoring, so he's going to do it again. He's actually brilliant. I think he's a fan's favourite. Kulu is
Okay.
just a beast.
I think it's fair to say we all love Kulusevski, don't we?
We
He's,
all love
yeah.
the ginger from Sweden.
Absolutely right. Absolutely.
Yeah, I've been singing that every time, and everyone.
I think
yeah,
you have to when you're wearing that shirt.
Yeah, I am. I'm wearing it. I'm still wearing it because I'm not gonna be washing this. This ain't gonna be washed, and that content and that Italian job shirt is never gonna be washed. Whenever I'll wear this shirt when he scores, and I'll wear the Italian job. So I might as well wear both. And yeah, Kulu's probably going to get 15 goals. And if people say he ain't, then what planet do you live on? Put some respect on a ginger from Sweden. I know we've still got him on loan, but we're hoping to make that permanent in January, like we did with Giovanni Lo Celso. But just make the deal permanent.
Well,
Sign him
fingers
permanent.
crossed.
Yeah. And
Fingers crossed.
yeah. So he's going to score Saturday and Wednesday at home. He's doing it because he's definitely going to, I want to go far in this competition like we did before. And yeah, so let's do this.
There you go, folks. You heard it here first.
You heard it
Kulu
here,
to score Saturday and Wednesday.
Yeah.
Is he in your FPL team, Kyle?
Yes, he is. He is, man. He's in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've just done some transfers and I've got rid of Kane and put Haaland in. I have to admit.
I've got Kane and Haaland.
Purely because Kane and Haaland are similar points, and I had a little bit of money left in the bank to get him in because I'm currently bottom of my league and I need to do something.
and
I'm not putting that fraud Salah in, so I can't.
Nah,
I've got to do something.
I'm not putting Salah in anyway because he ain't doing that great. 1 goal, and there's no way anyone's going to put that forward in. So I'd rather keep the Spurs players in. Perisic, everyone get him in your team. And Romero should be available Saturday. Why wasn't he available tonight? Because Conte mentioned
he was available, but I think Conte chose not to risk him.
So he's probably saving him for our 2 home games we got, Fulham and then Marseille home in the Champions League. So
yep.
Yeah,
sounds right.
So
back home. We've been on the road for a couple of games, so it'd be nice to get back home, Carl. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, and I'm afraid I've got some bad news for Arsenal and Liverpool. Arsenal fans think they're going to win the league. Hell no, they're not. It's going to be either City or us because. We're only 4 points behind, but we've got them in October at the Emirates, and our record ain't good. But I'll take a point at the Emirates, but I just don't want Arsenal winning because they've got Man United, who've now won 2. So Man United are probably going to beat them anyway. So good luck with that, Arteta. But your record is coming to an end, sunshine.
There you go.
Yeah,
another prediction from KTV.
Another prediction. Anyway, I'm off to listen to Who Let the Dogs Out.
Thanks for your call, Carl.
Yeah.
Hopefully speak to you soon.
Get back, Gruffy. Get back, Scruffy.
Yeah.
Big up, KPV.
Have a good one, pal. Take
Come
care.
on, you Spurs.
Come on, you
Come on, you
Spurs.
Spurs.
There you go. So yeah, Kulu to score Saturday, Wednesday.
Yep, get him in your FPL team as well.
Yeah. Excellent.
Apparently, I don't want to take any more minus points. Although
I think maybe you need to seek some advice.
Yeah.
You know, maybe KPV could be your FPL consultant. You know, he can sort of tell you who to sort of put in there and see if you do any better.
Okay.
You know, is that allowed?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't do
allowed.
fantasy. I don't do fantasy Premier League. So yeah, well,
No, I mean, me and fantasy and Spurs and fantasy. I like to live on the same level after, you know, saying we're going to win the league.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, this is it. It's all about the delusion, mate. It's all about the delusion.
Well, look, it's still possible, right? So, what can we say? What can we say?
Absolutely. Well, so Nick, your final thoughts.
My final thoughts is that we don't need to wear the headphones anymore.
Is that your final thought?
No. My final thoughts, look, we're unbeaten. 11 points from 15. 4 of the teams that we played, we've taken points off. Okay, it's not the ones that we wanted, but we quite could have easily lost that Chelsea game. Points adding up, 11 out of, like I said, 11 out of 15. We do that for the rest of the season. We're going to be there or thereabouts. It's going to be interesting. Look, Man City tonight. Okay, it was Forest that blew him away. At the moment, I don't see anyone but them winning the league. It's going to be very difficult unless something happens around the World Cup, the break. Obviously, Haaland's not going, so not playing football for a month could have an impact. But from what we've seen so
keep
far,
him fresh,
or from what we've seen so far,
make him even more dangerous.
Make him even more dangerous. Yeah, so records are going to be broken. But look, it's not been another. It's been another poor performance. We've got a point. I think we'd all have taken 11 out of 15 at the start of the season. The transfer window shuts tomorrow at 11 p.m. It's going to be emotional during the day. We'll be linked to 4,000 players. We'll say that we've tried. And then that will be about it. And then we'll have the fallout from the YouTube community.
Speaking of the transfer window, tomorrow, if you...
Shameless plug,
Yeah, absolutely. If anyone fancies it, on Shelfside Spurs Show, we're doing our transfer deadline special, going right up to 11 o'clock and beyond.
And beyond.
Probably the initial parts will be filled with jocularity and fun and frivolity, as Shelfside Spurs Show often and usually is. And then afterwards, I reckon we're going to have, let's say, words will be spoken. So
Fireworks.
Do please come and join us. We are on a mission to get to 1,000 subscribers. And so Ben and Sim very kindly allow us to come on here and plug our show. So thank you to them. Do please like, subscribe and comment to We Are Tottenham TV if you haven't already. It's free. It helps the channel out massively. We love to hear from you. And your likes and your subscribes help the channel. Do the same for Shelfside Spurs Show if you have the opportunity. But until then,
we've got I guess Ben and Sim will be back in tomorrow
morning.
They'll have lots of shows. They'll watch along on Saturday. Will be Josh King and Ben. Me and Rez won't be at the game.
But if you want to know why, tune into Shelfside Spurs Show tomorrow and we'll tell you why we won't be at the game on Saturday.
Exactly. And I will be back next Wednesday with Bob Spur for the watch along for the Marseille game. So yeah, I guess that's it. Thank you for everyone tonight in the comments. Well, not everyone. We had to block a couple of people, but
naughty.
You sound like Mr. Post Office then.
I do sound a little bit like him, yeah.
But yeah, guys,
sorry about that, bruv.
But thanks very much for everyone for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.